needless to say. So don't look for something that you have to stretch yourself to be able to afford it and get in. If it's not in every corner of the planet, that's not an online business. That's a limited local business, and it's not going to go far. And if it's something that you have to sell and recruit every time you want to get paid, that is not residual. Stay away from it. If it's not automated, okay. And another thing is your access to the funds. That's important. Plus, okay, is it scalable? Okay, which goes immediately after uh, the unlimited part. And I want to mention to you, okay, that you get paid on every transaction passively. Okay, transaction. All right. Uh, so here is my biggest, boldest thing. If let's say, for example, if you're familiar with the structure binary that you get paid on one side, you have to build it on your own. You get a power leg, which could be a gazillion, but it's limited to. That's something you stay away from it. I'm not saying it doesn't work. No, nobody made money with it, but it's limited and it's hard. It's not for everybody. That means not everybody will get paid. So you want to get paid. You get paid on every transaction, and I mean whether it's a sale, it's a new account, it's a usage for technology, anything that goes around, you benefit from that passively and directly and immediately reflected in your wallet, in your income, in your profit. So that is one of the boldest things that we're very proud about on passive. So there's no qualification, there is no pass up. You know the pass up model, like you or one reverse up, something goes. It's thunder in here in Florida. If you hear that, uh, it is really, really ridiculous for a company to say number 4 and 2, they pass up mostly to the admin, and that's a lost money. Those are the things that we no longer would waste our time with. I've done them, but now I know. And I don't want to spend time on something that they don't work, but you really want to make sure everybody that comes after you, you get paid on them, whether it's a personnel or a sales or a package sold, or even a utilization or a usage for the products. Okay, there are a lot of products that will be used, not necessarily within OnPassive publicly, but when they are used, they are building your team and your profit. Okay, so enough of this. So now I think you are able to read this. I hope you still write that and remember. There are more features and details, such as how to uh, compensate somebody on their direct efforts, like they get the global leadership leader rank, and the bonus of that, of course, the re-entry. We talked about it last time, so make sure if you are missing what I'm talking about, leaders, a global leader and re-entry bonus, make sure to refer to the previous webinar. I believe it's on the 16th of July. We talked in depth about those features and the trial, so anybody can come to the platform. They will stay forever under us to do that. So let me switch over to my PowerPoint. All right, so today is July 29. Perfect, I got it. I hope everything is showing, and I hope the message is coming out clearly. So let's talk about money. All right, so with passive, there are different things that you can benefit from. Everybody directly comes under you is a direct database, okay, lead uh, member or a founder under you permanently. So that is unlimited. You could have what we call a uni-level, unlimited, infinitely structure. So this will go for thousands, tens of thousands, however is realistic somebody would it is realistic for somebody to build their own team. So if you have 1,000 or you have 10,000 in the first level, that is yours, meaning for you to sell them products, services, or other programs, other businesses, okay, that you're excited about, you could easily list them down to your people, direct people, in a few clicks here and there. And everything is pre-built for you, built in. You don't have to design, you don't have to create. So you just add a few things, fill in blank, and you would be promoting those businesses at the same time that your OnPassive is being built and promoted for you automatically. And that is not to the public, that's to your people internally. So
Are you there, Cindy? I think I may have lost everyone.
I am. I'm
Oh,
here.
okay. Did you lose Ash
But
too?
he went, and then if I haven't heard anything, then I
Yeah,
resubmit because again, there's thousands and thousands of members, and
exactly. Exactly. So
so
you
I
can imagine.
apologize for,
There he
I'm
is.
sorry.
Okay.
Yeah, I apologize for the
wonderful.
disconnect. It was just for the first time ever, power can be lost here. Okay, now I just want to move forward, and perhaps if you still need to finish your point, I apologize. I didn't mean to cut you off. You can finish, but I don't know how the recording will come. I made sure to restore my tabs and windows, so I hope everything will carry over and see how it goes. Uh, but can we finish the last part about the pay plan?
It's all yours.
Absolutely. Oh, it's all
Thank
yours.
you. Thank you. So we obviously we understand how you want to make sure you get paid on everyone in your team and how the structure of the unit level of passive that help you monetize your own genealogy and your network however you will. And the benefit of that, it can give you those additional bonuses. It can help you earn the office or the global leader. And of course, if your one level one is interested, or any of them, whether they are hundreds, dozens, it doesn't matter how they end up in your team. Uh, they, if they like what you're offering, it will be also replicated below them. So it can be almost a clone or similar. It depends on what you're offering. If nobody likes what you're offering, it's not something that OnPassive will do anything about it. So the truth is, this is all done for you. It's all in one platform. You never have to promote business one today, business two, Monday, Tuesday, and so forth. So it is all done at the same time, automatically. You just do it once. If the business is working, if it's collecting anything for you, whether products or profits, it's all yours. Do it, go for it. But if it's not attracting anyone, is for a reason. Maybe you should think about it, or reconsider replacing that. But OnPassive is going to give you the ability to display as many as businesses as you wish. Now, I'm going to take it further. We're going to get very fancy today, or at least I want you to dream. That's the theme of this phase of OnPassive. Dream bigger than you thought. One of the things that Michael and I hope you know which Michael I'm talking about. Michael Williams from Canada. He's a mathematician in a way. He likes to play with numbers, and you probably see him in the back office. Also, we try to say, what if somebody, we know there's a big base of our founders are looking for just a couple thousands, a couple of hundreds. I'm talking about US dollars in addition to what they have now or don't have, to replace their income, or to maybe supplement what they have. But we just try to see how can we separate somebody who's looking for the millions, which is a possibility with OnPass, and somebody who's looking for, let's say, $500 a month. Very two different levels. But the reality is there's no way you could limit your income. We will not uh, reject your donations, and I mean it. Okay, this is not a sarcastic thing. To the give back section uh, in the back office of OnPassive. So as you hear the thundering, for some reason, this is the loudest I've hear. I'm inside, and I never hear it this loud at this time. And because we lost the power once, I'm afraid if we lose it again, so that you know. So forgive me if I speed up, which is not my theme. Some may prefer that and say, okay, uh, say it quickly and leave. But the reality is, I just want to make sure every level of, whether it's a different language or a different mentality, we want to make sure everybody connects, and they have the right to do so. We are not here every day, so I hope you appreciate the time. So when we talked about the different levels of ambition and goals and dreams, not everybody on the same page, but when it comes to the system, because the system works the same way. Of course, some people will benefit more because they have their own efforts, the way they select businesses. And that's why I mentioned to you what to look for a business, so you can save your time. I will be happy to train more and provide more actual teaching about things that you should not consider and what to look for to have a potential success in any business or product to endorse or business. That's why it is important to look at the basics that we just listed. This is not everything, but these are the basics. So, of course, some leaders will monetize the system more. Their production with GoFounders was bigger, and very much likely they will get to their goals faster, their audience is bigger, and the level of their packages, eventually everybody will be all in. For all those different criteria, of course, not everybody is going to have the same exact results, but everybody will succeed, and their income is likely to grow and continue to grow regardless of their perspective financial goal. If they chose like, oh, I just want to do this, I'll pay one time, it's good, it's done for me, and I hope I make a $1,000, $5,000 every month, however you get them delivered to you. And even if you choose that, the system is just not going to freeze, not going to stop. It's likely to expedite, and the pace is going to increase as you have a larger business, a larger team, and your packages are upgraded. So hope you understand. Dream big, and don't worry about the mechanics and the how. It will be done for you. So we do have this force matrix as the paying matrix of OnPassive. That's not the unilevel. The unilevel is yours. These are your people listed in the first level. You could email them, you could communicate with them, you could list whatever you like. For this particular matrix, the 3 by infinitely doesn't stop, okay, which can have a lot of people. It's a structure that we can benefit all together as one team. That's why we chose the 3 by matrix, and it's very tangible based on experiments and experiences we've had in the past. So, it will continue to fill the levels below you. So when you first start, it's blank. I'm assuming somebody comes in the future, or they didn't promote the founder program, then eventually they will start building level 1, level 2. It's a force matrix. That's what we call it. Now, because of that, okay, everybody will eventually get paid, and it will start compounding and growing, and the money will grow every month and likely every day. And of course, the value will increase based on the different levels. So we said there are 4 packages, very obvious. Okay, these are estimates. The matrices are not set in stone, and I purposely don't want to give you the final numbers that are actually coded in the matrix. I want to give an estimate just to see the big picture. There are 4 packages. It's one matrix, so everybody come in at any level. And the first mission for the system is to put you through the remaining packages to be upgraded. If you come in all in, then you're good to go to start cashing out. Perhaps it's your money. If you choose not to upgrade and you just want to cash out, that's available. The money that you pay out of your pocket with OnPassive, it's a lifetime refund policy. So if you paid $25 and you stayed in the system 75 years and you say, I want my 75, it's not going to be my time or your time, maybe somebody will take over your account decades to come. The structure, I'm not being ridiculous here, but the structure is they will honor that refund, okay? No matter how much money you paid, they will refund, but the refund comes with the termination of the account. And obviously, somebody will take over. So we know it's just not going to happen, but if it happens in a funny case, it is possible somebody after 20 years, after 4 years, 3 years, they can ask for their $25 or $150 and say, I'm out. That's totally fine, okay? Which is a breakthrough on its own. So we already talked about how one matrix for the first 10 levels can generate up to $2 million. I'm not saying everybody will do that, but and it's not going to be a perfect matrix in terms of the packages, because there will be one person with multiple re-entries, so it's not all unique people, it's different packages and accounts, but it's an earning position that is filling down below. There's somebody can be strong within your level 6, say, okay, from the 729, that will have a stronger growth below. The guy or the lady next to them is taking their time to grow, or depending totally on the system. They're not a bigger pack at a big package, so it takes them longer to be upgraded. That's why it doesn't build perfectly. It will go deep, but you get paid on all the levels. So we're showing you in a perfect scenario what's possible. But as most of us play the percentage, the different scenarios. What about 5%, 10%, 20% of this incredible income level? It's all good. And again, this is not a guarantee. It's not for everybody, but there are people who are going to even surpass this level of income. So this is where I want to lead to today. But what we haven't talked about, just in case you came anytime in the last several weeks or so, you probably never heard us showing, unless you watched the initial videos, from the early bird founding members offer. But if not, today you would see it for the first time, that when you go, there is a certain also rule in the code. When you reach that for the third package, which is the 250, we call it a leader package. Once you reach that, okay, it will actually open 2 more levels, all right? Level 11 and 12. So that's why we call it infinite 3 by matrix. It's not 3 by 10, it's 3 by infinite, and or infinity, if you wish. And those are not being, or we're not claiming that you're going to fill those levels. They take more people, actually. I apologize about the format. Okay, the typo and the commas here. It's just a typo, but they take a lot more people or accounts as it gets wider. But even if they're not filled totally, any package or account is being sold in or subscription of OnPassive being sold at those levels, 11 and 12, is going to add up beside what you already have in the first 10 levels. And once you also reach the 500, which is the master level, and that again with a specific rule, like you have to have a certain personal people, it will actually open 3 more levels. So it becomes 3 by 15. Remember, when you have that many people, you have a lot of re-entries. So the number gets insane now. And again, I apologize for the typo. I didn't. This is 30 millions to be clear on the last level on its own. Everybody's going to be all in, and there are going to be people in your 15 level. Will you have 9 million people on the 15th level? I doubt anyone will have that complete number unless it's a long time being in business. It is possible if the math is completed, the system works for that, you will get paid. But what about 1% of that? Any number, it's added. Now it picks up money. So traditionally, you wouldn't get paid if you exceed level 10 or anybody, you wouldn't even see them or any commissions. Now, can you imagine another, like it takes about 88,000 accounts in the first 10 levels. Can you imagine another 88,000 comes below that? Or even triple, which will happen because we're talking about 5 more levels and they're far wider than the first 10. That means you could multiply your income or even uh, much larger along with the reentries if you have personal or direct sponsors or sponsored people. It is beyond your imagination. It is magical, absolutely. The numbers are. That's why I don't want this to be ever shown publicly. I just want the founders to understand the possibilities. You no longer can control the growth of your income. There is no money issue, I assure you, in the very near future for most of us. Of course, if you have the wrong mentality, if someone negative in any way and they don't see the power of this, or they're impatient, or they make irrational decisions, of course this is not going to apply to them. I'm talking about the people that see the vision. They are positive, they are big thinkers, and they are tolerant, and they are loyal, they are uh, endorsing this all the way, and they are mentally all in. I'm not talking about the money all in. If they're mentally all in, there is absolutely no control to the growth of your income. Even if you want it to stop, it is not going to stop. But of course, there will be options for you in the back office of your own passive telling you give back. So all the excessive income that you don't need, there are people who are in need. Okay, different causes, different things, and of course, you could have your own or things that come from the founders and the regular affiliates of OnPassive. It's all open. So lastly, I want to recap. Okay, now you think this is too much, or okay, I understand, but I can tell you this will make me lose sleep if I was a founder or if I come across such a business concept. I will lose sleep until I get the most or whatever it is. So the way to plan this, as we see it, the best, most approachable way is decide what's your income level and don't stop, don't breathe, don't blink until you achieve that income. It's your need. Nobody knows what your necessities are, what's your goals or dreams. Okay, pick your lifestyle, pick the things that you want to cover, catch up with for now, fill your tank, and make no mistake. I can assure you, undoubtedly, okay, any income level is possible with an OnPassive. Yes, I'm saying there will be an insane number of millionaires and seven-figure income with OnPassive. Yes, I'm saying that the number of wealthy individuals within OnPassive utilizing this, whether business owners or just founders with us from now, or future companies that will join venture with us, all together collectively, the amount of wealth is going to surpass any company, any business model you've seen so far in the industry, no matter if you lived 5 years so far, or I'm just being, argumentally saying that, and if you lived 50 years or 70 or 80 years on this earth so far, no matter how many business models you've seen, this is different. This is bigger and more unique than anything you've imagined before. I did not have this confidence before. today I have it. I know what we've accomplished. I know where we are today, and I cannot give you a date on the launching date. I know it's approaching. It's the clock is ticking. We're wrapping things up much faster than before. We're controlling everything. Everything is under our control now. It's no longer a vision. It's no longer a theory. It's a reality. OnPassive is coming very soon. OnPassive will set records. I'm talking about sizes of Apple. They have 130,000 employees. I will share this with you. Those who know Cupertino in California, where I have an office there, by the way, and personal office for probably since 2008 or 9, okay, and still there. And I actually used to live on the fence where HP is, where Apple bought the same huge lot or land, and they built, Google it, by the way, go apple.com. Or just Apple Wikipedia, you will see a spaceship shape building. I think it cost $1 billion. They were competing with Amazon, obviously, and Microsoft, who's going to get the coolest, the most nerdy shape or architect. So they built this. It's all solar, all environmental friendly. I like what they did. It's a huge, but it only hosts 20,000 employees, and the old one about 8 to 12,000, say 32,000. So you have 100,000 employees. Guess where they are? Not in the United States. Some are different locations, shared, but those are the main. Of course, they've been since the 70s, Apple, and most of them are in India, in Bangalore, in our neighbors. Same thing goes with Google. They have about 100,000 employees. Most of them are not in the United States. But this is the direction we're going. So I'm trying to tell you, they sell you a product. There are about 700